You guys, a lot of you know me, but I wanted to introduce John Nelson to you. John joined the team as the group supervisor. And so previously you might remember Kevin Hussey and I coming, and from now on it's going to be John and I coming. So with that, I'll turn it over to John, and then I'll come back after him and show some cool examples. John?
Hello there, everybody. Some of you know me, some of you may not know me, and some of you may have met me at AGU last year because that was my first time going to that as well. So thank you for having me here at SciAct, and I look forward to giving you a quick little overrun of what we're doing, and then Jason's going to come back and share eyes on the solar system and some other products and wow you with what we've been doing over the past year. So let me just share my screen. All right. Hopefully you guys are seeing it. Did it, there we go.
Yep, we're
all
seeing
right.
it.
Yep.
Well, I always use this little slide for people that I haven't met in a long time or have not met ever. And, you know, people are like, who is this guy, John Nelson? Well, I've been at JPL for 10 years and been running the websites, both external and internal for JPL. And you can see my background. I've done a lot of stuff, and I've been born and raised in Los Angeles. All my schooling's been here, working in the industry, et cetera. So it was really an interesting transition coming over and working at JPL, but it's still, you know, in this visualization and web world, it's pretty much the same thing. So it was great to bring my skill sets over here and work with everybody else. You guys may or may not know our eyes vision. It's changed slightly because of us going from our video game based engine, which was on Unity, over to the web based version, which is now what we're working on. And it's basically allowing anyone around the world who has an internet connection to be able to use our products. And I'll be showing you, as well as Jason, how well that's been working recently. So it's anytime, any place, any device within space. We've been working with Blink. It's a strategy group that a lot of people in NASA have been working with, especially the web modernization team. So we're basically working under the same assumption because we are now considered a web app. So we're kind of a website. So we should follow the same rules. So, you know, if you guys were in the SEO meeting with Jessica Stoller Conrad this week so far, we're doing the same stuff. We're trying to make sure that we're getting our SEO strategy as well as our other KPIs so that we can keep people coming to our website and keep them engaged. It's basically all about search, the content, the user experience, as you've heard in probably some of these earlier meetings, but it's all about doing the content and the testing and the 508 compliance, all those things, and the analytics to make sure we get the people to have the best experience. So you may or may not be familiar with the products that we have, but basically we have eyes on the Earth, eyes on the solar system, eyes on exoplanets. A brand new one is the Solar System Live, which is our Ori product. And it just won a Webby this year. So we were really pleased about that because that's given us a little bit more visibility than we were hoping for, which is a good thing. We also have the Mars Relay Network and the DSN. And we have a couple of mobile apps in case you guys have or haven't experienced those. Spacecraft AR is one of our bigger ones where people can actually look at our 3D spacecraft in the palm of their hand on their phone. And that's one of the biggest things moving forward is, as you see the little phones next to each one of these, everything's now on the web or on mobile. So the reason we did this is, number one, accessibility. We want to make sure that people don't have any roadblocks or barriers to entry to get into our products. You may have heard in the past that schools had proxies that stopped things, or institutions had proxies that wouldn't let us get to them. So now, being on the web, we can get to everybody. And it's been great. We've been seeing a lot of referrals coming from Google Classroom, which has been great for us to see because we had never seen that before because they couldn't reach us. Obviously, reach is a big deal. So if we got the accessibility, we're getting the reach. We definitely, once we get these people here, want to engage them just like any other website. But our website's a little different, as you'll see when Jason shows you. And then obviously anybody wants to do well and see what type of growth strategy they have. As I had mentioned, we're accessible now. So we're on the web, so you can be on any device, any laptop, any computer, and we're mobile friendly too. And we're trying to just get out as far as we can, and we can't do it without others. We don't control our social media, NASA does. So we've got embeds now because we're mobile, so we can have our products embedded in any website. And when we use everything else that we possibly can at our disposal, which would be, you know, organic search or email or any event or any conference. And we've been doing really well at L1 events, which we'll talk about in a little bit too. We basically are trying to engage with a little bit more of a storytelling aspect. And this is something that came out of Blink, and you'll be seeing this in a lot of NASA websites, is being able to see, not just come in here and play and interact, but actually have a story told to you, which is engaging, keeps people connected, and then obviously they can interact with it after that. And might have a little technical glitch. And then, like I said, growing our audience is #1 goal once we get this all on board. You may or may not know that in some of our bigger websites at NASA, we have a icon at the header of each one of those websites that drive people to our products, which has been really great for us too, because we can build it, but they may not come. And when we have this kind of visibility, it really helps drive to our product. And we've been talking about the embeds. That's one of the biggest things now, is we can embed any of our products now into websites, and we get a lot more page views this way. People are getting more engaged with the news stories, and they can interact with it, not just read it and then go away. So the bounce rates are less, and people are coming to our product. And the biggest one that we've had so far was Perseverance story back in August when it was launching. This was over 100 million page views. And as you can see by the bar chart, we aren't really looking at organic search at this point because we're so new. We are hoping to grow that with SEO. But the biggest part was our referrals and direct links, which, like I said, we can't do it without our partners. And Jason's going to show you the OSIRIS-REx in the ORI, but I also wanted to let you know it was a very big event for us as well, because we had links from NASA and JPL pointing to our product, and we had the actual touchdown of the landing and fly away. So people thought that was really cool. And then just the next generation of eyes, we're doing Exoplanets Earth solar system, but we're looking to maybe do eyes on asteroids and maybe even eyes on the universe. And that's pretty much it. So I'll let Jason show you a little bit of the ORI.
Okay, thank you, John. I'm just going to switch over to my web browser. There's no trickery here. This is all live. So you can do this. You can actually follow along with me if you want. So first of all, I want to go to a real world example today. So what does this mean to you, my SciAct partners? What this means to you is you can grab anything you see on eyes, anything basically in our whole solar system, and you can put it in your website today. Okay, so this is our live solar system. It's embedded, like John showed, in big sites like solarsystem.nasa.gov. But if you go to nasa.gov today and you come down here to this Perseverance story and click on it, you'll see that they are in fact embedding us. So the first thing is the cool parachute test, but then right here in the article, here we interactive 3D right there on the news story embed. And it's a good size embed as well. This is basically that same product, but inside a news story, which is fantastic. And if you haven't ever done this, it's an easy thing to do. You can it's a small snippet of code. This might be a little nerdy, but if you just go in F12, search the code down there, like this is all it takes, this little stuff here, and you can embed it, you're done. Anyone has any questions, get to John, get to me, and we will help you set it up. You can pick your spacecraft and you're good to go. So you can just see this little snippet, that's all you have to do, and you've got your own embed. So another cool thing I want to show you, you can also direct link to every exoplanet ever found. Just go to exoplanets.nasa.gov, like I'm showing here. This is live, again, there's no trickery. Go to exoplanets, and then earlier today with OpenSpace, I showed TRAPPIST. So type in TRAP and boom, there they all are. You want to put TRAPPIST-E inside your web page, here you go. You just use this link, that tiny snippet of code, and you're good to go. That's it. So you stick that in, put it on your website for any educational story you want. And of course, you can pick from all exoplanets.
I'm just jumping in, 1 minute warning.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I better speed up then. All right, so here's Bennu. You can go back in time. I'm going to show you a little secret. If you go to our interactive solar system and you click the date 6 times, you can fast forward and rewind. So here's the Bennu event on October 20th at 2:09 p.m. Let's fast forward. This is my local Pacific time, by the way. And there goes OSIRIS. Let's go in and look at it. Double click any label, in you go. And there it is, and there's the patch. And now let's just go ahead and fast forward. And there was the little sample right there. So it's all real time. It's all now. and you can do it yourself. Like if you want to go, I see Joe Tamer there, my ASU people, Jessica, you're already doing eclipses, but if you want to do the next eclipse, you can go to Earth. There's one on December 14th, and you can just literally fast forward and go see it.